A battery in a car or a light truck can go dead without any warning. This situation right here, the battery went dead overnight. The day before, the car was running just fine. It started up with no problems, and all of a sudden, it won't start. The first thing to do is I pop the hood open. Before doing anything else, the battery cables are checked to make sure they're not loose. After inspecting the battery terminals and the cables, the connection is very tight. So now jumper cables are needed. Next will be find a vehicle that runs and pull in front of the car that needs to be jump started. The other vehicle can be a light truck or a full-size pickup truck or another car. The hood must be opened up on the other vehicle. The jumper cable has two ends. On each end it has two clamps. One clamp is red, which is a positive. The other clamp is black, which is a negative. The clamps must be properly installed. The red goes to the positive side of the battery, and the negative, which is a black one, the black clamp, goes onto the negative side of the battery. First, the positive is being hooked up onto the battery. Usually in the battery there is a sign. It would be a plus or a minus. The plus is the positive, and that's where the red clamp goes. Each battery, the symbols, the plus and the negative, are on different parts of the battery. On this battery here, the positive and the negative is right below the clamps, where my finger is. To the left, right there, is the positive. That's where the red clamp hooks up to. Right here is a negative, the minus sign. The black clamp is hooked up onto this battery terminal, or this battery post, this battery cable. It has three different names. It's hooked up right there, just like this. The clamps should never touch each other, otherwise a fire will start. Now on the second vehicle, the jumper cables are hooked up exactly the same way as on the other vehicle. Right there's the positive, so the red clamp gets hooked up right there. Now the black clamp, which is the negative, it gets hooked up right here. And right there is a negative sign on this battery. Next, I start the engine of this truck, the vehicle that's jump starting the other vehicle. First thing I do is make sure the jumper cables are out of the way of any moving parts of the engine. Otherwise, I could damage the engine and the cables on both vehicles. Depending on how dead the battery is, it could take anywhere between 2 minutes and 10 minutes to fully charge this battery in the red car, enough to where the engine will start. Some batteries are so dead, even a jump start will not start a car up. Sometimes the battery just has to be replaced. While I'm waiting for that battery to charge up and start the car, I inspect both sides of the jumper cables to make sure nothing came loose and they're both tight. After about 10 minutes, I turn the engine off on the one vehicle, and the battery on the red car should have enough power to start the engine. After the engine is started and is idling and not shutting down, the jumper cables are being carefully removed from both vehicles. It's always good to let the vehicle that has been jump started, let it run for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes and be driven around for 10 or 15 minutes before shutting off the engine. This way it allows plenty of time for the alternator to fully recharge the dead battery. Now if the battery is no good, the battery will not hold a charge, and when the engine is shut off in the car, it will not start up again. That means the battery must be replaced. Now the jumper cables are being put back away where I got them from. The hood is shut in the car, and the car is ready to be driven away.